going on, guys?
How you doing?
Doing good. Ready to roll when you are.
What specifically do you have to prepare for when you take a look at this Texans defense?
Just very, very well coached unit with some really talented players. Great pass rush, excellent coverage. They really do a good job of creating turnovers. An opponent we have a lot of respect for.
What did your time in Houston mean to you?
I was in college, but I got to be a part of, be a part of the team. I guess just family ties. So, really blessed to grow up in that environment. As far as that goes, it's another game for us that we're getting ready to play. That's a lifetime ago, it feels like, and excited for our players to go play their best football.
You guys have faced the highest percentage of loaded boxes in the NFL. How much do you think that's been a factor in the struggles to get the run game going consistently, and also the success you've had in the deep passing game?
Yeah, every week is a little different, but like you said, I think that's going to be something that we continue to see and just continue to work through. I think I've seen a lot of strides, especially with our running backs, our offensive line with the young group. I've seen those guys get better together, and the results aren't what we want them to be right now, but we're just going to keep striving.
Do you think as you continue to throw the ball over the top of defenses and create big plays like that, like with Jackson and A.J. Barter, do you think that's going to open up some of the run game?
Yeah, every game is so different, and you prepare for things, and throughout the course of a game, coverages change, fronts change, and you got to adapt. So just got to be ready to win multiple ways.
How much of your offense is just like your dad's, and at what point did you start kind of deviating from some of the things you learned from him?
Yeah, I think it's really a group of our coaching staff and what we've put together, and then the main thing is just finding things that our players do well. Whatever scheme it is, whatever verbiage that you use, just getting ready to put your players in the best position.
You, a while back, talked about how JSN reminded you a little bit of Andre Johnson, and maybe you could share a little bit again about why, because they're not similar physically.
Yeah. I think just growing up and being around what does a true professional look like, it's just someone that comes to work and is just passionate about the game, passionate about their craft, is just a great citizen, a great teammate. All these guys on our roster are so talented, but it's just the kind of people person that Jax is, the kind of worker that he is. That's what Andre was when I was growing up. That's what my dad said. Hey, if you want to know what a pro looks like, then look at 8-0. So. Obviously, Jax has a solid start to the season. He's young in his career, and we're just gonna keep pushing to make him better, and he does that with himself. That's what great players do. They're very self-motivated, and that's what he is.
The offense so far, whether it's yards per play, points per drive, has been more effective when Ken Walker's been on the field. Is there a time where you start thinking about maybe not going 50-50 and giving him more than 50% of the snaps?
Yeah, it's certainly earns more. That's something that we want to keep getting him more opportunities. He's doing a heck of a job, but I don't want to discount Zach and don't want to discount George. Those are really good backs, and it's going to take all three of them this season, and it's got to be ready when the number's called.
How does Jackson's passion for the game show up?
It just shows up on the silent film. It's nothing that you can say. It's what you do. And you look at his tape and the way that he competes, and he's having success because his teammates have his back as well. Sam's doing a great job. Offensive line is protecting, and that's how it's been throughout the course of these first couple weeks. And we have a long season to go, and by no means are we satisfied or are they satisfied.
You mentioned both in the comparison to him and Andre, the workers that they are. What kind of worker was Andre, and what kind of worker is Jack?
Yeah, again, I wasn't on staff there. It's just observing. I'll just speak to Jax. He's just a guy that he comes from a receiver room that's extremely well coached by Coach Jackson and Coach Peets, and then he has Cooper Kupp beating all of us in the building every day. So I think Coop raises the work ethic of the entire offense for sure, and I think Coop has been a great teammate that's helped him develop his game.
That play call you had at the end of the Jacksonville game and went to AJ for the big 61-yarder. Is that something that you kind of were sitting on for that situation? Is it a play that you could have called earlier? How much did the situation contribute to that play working?
Yeah, I think it was more of just execution. You know, there's plenty of opportunities earlier in the game where we didn't get things done and had chances, but that was all about the players. You know, players made a play at the end. AJ did a great job. Sam made a great check at the line of scrimmage, and they just took what they did in the practice to the game. So it was nothing special other than our guys, you know, doing a great job on the field.
In terms of Ken earning more ops, what has he done to earn?
His practice habits, you know, I keep seeing him improve as a practice player. The way that he finishes runs, you know, his tracks. He's very intentional about the things we're asking him to work on and very self-motivated.
What did you, when you look back at third downs against Jacksonville, what jumped out to you?
Execution early. You know, I thought Jacksonville did a great job. Credit to them. You know, got after us up front. You know, but there was, you know, guys slipping. There's play calls you want back. There's protection issues. It's the opponent doing a good job. You know, anytime you don't have the success you want, you know, you just got to go look at why it didn't happen. And for us, we didn't execute as a team.
When you look at third downs just in general for the season, is it a lot of that same stuff or anything else?
Yeah, I think overall our guys have done a fine job, and there's plenty of room for improvement. And I think what it all comes down to as well is not putting yourself in third and longs.
When Sam Darnold played the same Texans team or similar Texans team last year, had some success. Do you go back and look at that, and what differences do you see between this Texans team defense and that one?
Yeah, just see it. You know, both years it's been a really talented defense. Definitely watched the game that Sam played in, but you know, it's a new year. They got, you know, new players, but just you know, really talented pass rush, really well coached unit.
Thank you.
Thank you.